by the way. I might have said that.
Hot Rod Dave.
Hot Rod Dave.
Something to be said for anybody who owns a three-wheeler and has survived.
Yeah. Well, look, you see what his fenders are made of, don't you? The drag slicks on that. I like that. That's nice.
It's got 54,000 miles on it.
Is that right?
It's all original.
That's great.
Even moss.
I like that 57 Chevy hood for a whatchamacallit rack. Ah, yeah. Yeah. That's
That comes
nice.
off of the roof rack.
Sure.
You just have the roof rack so low.
That's nice. I'm guessing this is yours.
Yeah, the Hot Rod Dave.
I seen y'all up at Owl's Head with this a few years ago. We were out there, but we never did get by to say hi.
It's different.
Yeah. What's the back end of that made out of?
59 Hillman Husky. The British station wagon.
Uh-huh.
It's a Studebaker Starlight Coupe roof.
I think you had that roof sitting on that other convertible one time out here in the yard. Maybe that 53 Plymouth or whatever it is. Up there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably right after you cut it off the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah. You do any YouTube videos or watch them or anything?
Oh, I do plenty of watching.
Anytime you ever want to make a video of anything at all, I love that. I like that look, you know, I got the airplane.
Mm-hmm.
You see inside of here?
I did.
And this vent here, this comes from the heater, so.
He's a military guy. He'd appreciate all that.
yeah.
More so than me here.
Oh, yeah.
He comes out, keep your hands warm. in the
Yeah.
Fall cruising days.
No, I dig it.
This is all there's whole. Powers up the whole panel, coil, headlights.
I dig it.
These are cabled up to the throttle and choke.
Yeah.
You actually set your cruise control, your idle set. Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
This top comes off.
So what's underneath here for a frame? Is this a unibody frame off something, or is that
It's a full unibody. It's got 2x3 rails. It's Z.
Okay.
It's all tied back into the unibody, all the way back to the spring perch here.
Uh-huh.
So it's still all entirely unibody.
Gotcha. Oh, look at that. That's nice.
Spare tire well.
Makes it very, yeah, very, very practical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that seat folds up as well. That's
and,
the stock.
and the
handles.
way you've done it, you kept the whole military look going, you know. It's sweet.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
This is a V24 gas cap. Whole retainer ring.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just accepted. Yeah. That's off the trunk of the Studebaker, same as the roof came off of.
Now I've seen Wild West
Camaro front bumpers.
Customs on a couple of these. Is that you?
That's me.
So if somebody called that phone number, you'd answer?
Not anymore. That was the California number.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So that must be, because he said something about somebody just brought a Chevelle from California. Is that yours
That's
then?
mine.
Okay.
That was my grandmother. She left that to me when she died.
He was telling us the story about it.
Told me not to look at it.
Yeah, he said don't. Yeah, he's got an engine and he's thinking of building one for himself, and he's, well, don't look at that one.
That's an NFS car.
Yeah. Well, that's as it should be, you know. I mean, if you got one, they don't make them anymore.
This thing's so rigid. I mean, it's never been apart.
Right.
I mean, the only thing I did to it was put a 327 in it.
Yeah.
A pro ratchet kind of thing, but everything else is stop. Like 59,000 miles on it.
So that.
I mean, you can't put one back together with new weather stripping or anything and have it sound.
Right, right.
That's
exactly right.
Never happen. You could spend weeks. I mean, even like all this stuff. This is nice. The other side is a little misaligned, but that's factory assembly. You know, they're never absolutely perfect. Yeah, that sounds good. Listen to that all day.
Honey, I'm gonna go out and slam the door in the car a few more times.
Yeah, right.
I need to hear that sound.
It's like a stock Model A slap, and you know that overlap latch. That
Yeah.
when it closes right, it's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is built on the old Harry Gant chassis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cage was narrowed up. And also a little bit like one of his Regals, his Buicks, small bandit cars.
We used to race a bit up at Unity back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a track again. You can go around it.
Yeah.
It's all graded and smooth.
They kind of fixed it back. I know they had it
Mark
all
spent
dug
12 hours on the tractor out
Did
there
he?
one day grading the heck out of it. Enough to where he could take his Harley around it.
I was slightly related to a teenage boy that was on his way to prison one time, and I told his mom, I said, you get him interested in race cars and he won't go to jail. And she said, well, there's an empty garage out there, do it. We raced for 10 years and he never did go to jail. His best friend went to jail for murder, but he managed to learn how to weld instead.
Definitely. I grew up in Southern California, LA,
Oh yeah?
in the ghettos. I mean, I could have gone that way.
Oh,
this
yeah.
stuff kept me way out of trouble. Helped my dad put his 55 together in a 2-car garage, and I was 5 and a half, 6 years old.
Yeah.
Put the chrome on it and windows in it. And hooked ever since.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of addictions you can have, a lot of less expensive, but it's got its good points, you know?
Oh yeah.
It really
I'd rather
does.
be addicted to this than something else.
Yeah.
That plenty of fitness shots. Let's go on it.
Yeah.
I like this gate here.
I like the daylight side of that. Look at that. Got a water line or something on it. That is so cool. I totally like that.
They used to be
Hung
a
on that rear
39
end.
DeSoto 4-door sedan.
Just imagine it. Yeah,
Now it's hanging off of a 40 Chevy pickup rear end.
bigger than a 2-bedroom house. Oh, there you go.
After I made it into the gate, hung there a few months, and then we're like, we're gonna find a donor motorcycle.
Yeah,
Get a cycle car this thing.
yeah.
Back end, good axle front. Yeah, why not? Why not? It's right.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. So much fun to have.
This body is actually an old stock car, kind of like
Yeah,
the 11 car up in the field. These are the fenders that were little buggy fenders that were on it.
yeah. We got the right look on it.
It's got a 35 Chevy hood on it. Really matches up quite well.
Yeah, really does.
40 Chevy and 14 going through it. Why not?
Why not? Exactly.
Keep this out of trouble. This was laying in my backyard. I had a tree growing out through this hole, the window hole,
Yeah.
laying flat as a pancake.
Wow.
This spot of the section of rust sticking up. I think it was one of these guys.
I've got a Model A in somebody else's yard, in about that condition, and he died quite a few years ago, but I think it's still back there. I don't have room for it, but if you wanted it, I'd call his parents and ask if we. I don't have no idea. I know the frame was good. Actually had an original Model A frame with the running board thing still attached, you know, and all that. When I took it to him, he died, and then I don't have but a half acre. I live right off the common down here in Union.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't have any place to keep junk. But you know what? If you were interested in it, I'd call his parents up and ask if we could go back there and see if it's still there. And if so, we could throw it on a trailer, and you could put it here.
Yeah, like I just pulled these two bodies out of the woods up in Lincolnville.
Yeah.
They were flat pack.
Yeah. Well, that one had a good coil left on it, and it had the panels, but they had all, like you were talking about, unwrapped, you know, and were laying out in somebody else's gully in his yard, and I drug it out of there, but then I kind of moved it around 2 or 3 times and then decided to move it to Dan's house, and then he died. Dan Misherall, you might have known him. He was another racer from back in the day. Yeah, Matt still races.
I think that's our mission in life, is to save old stuff like this, you know?
Well, you know, it's a good mission. We're gonna be gone one of these days, but if this stuff is still around and somebody happens across it and, you know, is interested enough to make something nice out of it, then good on us for saving it.
Well, that thing there, we drug that down and the motor was stuck, and
yeah,
about an hour and a half later, we were spinning it on the starter, just head off of it, oil down in there, and she freed right up, tapping the valves back down, and they all,
yeah.
I mean, head gasket, and that thing will run again.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing how these old things will stay alive.
Yeah, and that's why I want to save them. I mean, people just say, that's just a hunk of iron rusted up. But no, that runs. So simple mechanics. And
yeah, the way they're engineered, it's designed to run.
Why don't you give me?
Turn over, it'll run.
Why don't you give me your phone number, and what I'll do is I'll talk to Dan's mother or wife or whoever's in charge of that property. And if she says, yeah, come get it, I'll call you up and see when you want to get together.
Cool.
We can take both trucks and trailers. I got trucks and trailers, and you probably do too. And we can take them all down there. And you got a bunch of pedal cars in this pile.
Yeah.
That's what I call yard art right there. Look at that. There's one.
They were up back on top of a camper.
There's one.
Just kind of hidden from everybody.
I like that. That's a good way to make a wall right there, if you got them.
Save the old stuff.
My other car's a rat rod. It's been at Owl's Head before. It had that Cadillac motor in it and green wire wheels. I sold the Cadillac motor and I just built a 283 and put in it.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the process of. I'm actually going to get an inspection sticker on it, which is, you know, a pretty rare occurrence for me.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have one. Just makes you a little less nervous when you pass a cop or something.
Well, it shows everybody else that it's not just a throw together unsafe like they see all these, you know, rat rods or hot rods.
Right.
No, it's got a safety inspection. It's good.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
There, people ask, you know,
that thing got a sticker.
That
sticker on there. Is that real?
It's been on the road since I was 6.
Yeah. I seen you tool around in that. It sounds like it goes good. Yeah.
I mean, it's just a stock 250, but plenty of torque for that little.
I'll tell you what.
It weighs 1,800 pounds.
Yeah, that's the beauty of them.
With 170 horsepower.
I took him out.
M21 Muncie.
I took him out and tried to scare him a little bit yesterday. He wasn't even phased. He's like, I'm retired Army. You ain't gonna get me that easy.
More than that to get the puckers back there. That thing has made a grown man whimper a little bit and explain his importance of maintaining his life here on Earth.
Yeah.
And when we turned around, he wanted it just at speed limit.
Yeah.
Way back to the shop. And
slow her down, buddy.
We went down to the Tri-Corner Market and back, which is a half mile up the road.
Right.
By the time he got there, he's like, I'm a husband.
There's
I've got kids.
There's some curvage between here and there.
And that thing sticks like it's on rails.
I bet.
It will scare anybody that has no idea of its capabilities.
Yeah.
It's quite a ride.
Yeah. I like that.
It's like going in an old fighter or something. He'll take you through a couple somersaults and loop-de-loops, and he's just smiling away, and you're puking in the back seat.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. It is fun.
You generally around there in the day?
I'm here, yeah, from
Okay.
about 9:30 to about
After I get
6.
2 or 3 more parts glued onto my rat rod, I'll ride up here one day and we'll visit some more.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'll bring that one.
So you probably see the doors closed, but that doesn't mean we're not here, because
Yeah.
keep the coolness in there.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, and it's probably 15 degrees cooler in there.
Now I
So
sold
the
that
AC's
I sold that mini Toyota camper up there to somebody that lived here many years ago.
Craig Holmes.
Craig.
Yeah.
I believe that's who it was.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Mark bought that from Craig.
Yeah, he told me.
Drove it up here.
Yeah.
Craigers. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff up there. That Toyota little pickup up on the hill, that was my grandfather's. That little beige Toyota. Yep. 2-wheel drive. That was my grandfather's on my mom's side. And my grandmother's on my dad's side. See, that's all there is in there, literally. He's put more miles on it, throwing it down his motorhome, traveling in the United States. And
Sweet.
good stuff. Saving it. It's funny, I went up that because this jitterbug was local. It was up on East Centerbeck Road. And Mark used to, this thing had another steering box on it that ran a plow up and down. And Mark would be out here cranking up the plows, and his buddy would be driving it when they were, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I went up back about where those pedal cars were, windshield frames and stuff, brought them down. As you can tell, this looks like the windshield frame that was cut off of this cow.
Wow. Probably is.
Once again.
Yeah, perfect fit.
Just clamped it in place. It's
There you go.
about a blade's width in there,
Yeah.
or cutting tip.
Yeah.
Some of these things are very organic builds too. You'll have something in mind, but the parts will show up and
Yeah.
everything sells where they're supposed to be. And you're like, oh, we found this. I was going to mount this on there.
Yeah.
Then I found that. It's like, why would I put this on there?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save that for something else.
Very nice.
We're going to make this a trucker. Call this the jitter critter and make it a little short stand.
Yeah. Well, it looks cool just sitting there.
Kind of looks like an old Phantom or something.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Brakes work. That's what you love about this mechanical stuff. If it moves, it's working.
It's worked, yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Todd? Are we done?
I guess we're just about there.
You think we should go jump in the quarry?
Yeah, I think it's got warm enough now.
Yeah.
Quarry diving, right?
Yeah.
Well, we know where there is one, and they don't usually let anybody in there, but they told us that we could. And of course, with an invitation like that on a day like these last 2 or 3,
You can say no.
we don't say no to that. No, sir. No, sir.
Bring the raft. Floaty duck ring.
Exactly.
We want the cup holders in it, of course.
Yeah. Now, y'all had 2 of them cars like that, didn't you? Or am I exaggerating in my brain?
What's that?
The little, kind of rat rod.
Oh no, that's the only one like that. It was,
Okay.
my buddy's got a pickup, 40 Chevy pickup.
Maybe he went to the show with you, and I just saw you both together. And
Yeah, he had a
that's
caddy
quite
motor in it at first. Then we put a 6-cylinder Chevy in it. It's got
I bet that's what it was.
solid riveted wheels, like from the
Yeah.
70s.
Okay.
White walls.
All right.
We used the deck lid off that same Studebaker I got the roof from for the back of the cab. It's got this, towards the bottom, it's got that nice little double hump.
Yeah.
The way it laid in there was absolutely perfect. The back cab was just rusted away.
Yeah.
Just skinned it and put that on there, and was like,
Oh, yeah, that works well.
it's got a really cool, there's no headboard on the bed, just so you can see that
Yeah.
double hump in there.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
Have a great
Now,
day.
now I live right off the common, And there's a house with a Volkswagen sticking out of the garage and a bunch of signs and stuff.
Up on the hill there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
You had a station wagon, didn't you?
I had the green and white station wagon.
Yeah.
I drove it up here. I may have drove it up here when I bought those wheels.
Yep, that's right.
But anyway, feel free to drop by anytime you want.
Yeah.
And I'll contact the Miss Rawls. And I've been worried about that Model A stuff. I hate leaving it back there because I'm afraid somebody will haul it off. And his daughter told me it was still there a while back. So I've been wondering where would I put it. Trying to put it on my neighbor's yard for a while, but he didn't want it. So that'd be great. This would be a perfect spot for us. You take care of it, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. Okay then.
Saving another one.
Let's save them.
I know where there was a 29 Roadster body sitting in the woods.
Yeah?
There's a jitterbug takeoff, just bloop.
Really?
There's a pickup there too.
Really?
I contacted the guy that owned the property.
Yeah?
He knew nothing about it,
Yeah?
but would not sell it. He said he'd rather throw it onto his scrap pile.
That's just crazy.
I was like, I'll give you 10 times what you would give for scrap, just to save it.
Yeah.
Ah. What?
I don't know what to make. I don't know about that stuff.
Yeah, some people you just don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue with him.
Okay then.
I'm not gonna go steal it, because now it'd just be bad juju on some metal.
Well, that's right.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
Sucks, but. So these are mags, huh?
That's the same ones.
Man, those cleaned up good.
Well, I washed them about 100 times with oven cleaner
Oh.
and scrubbed them with a steel wool because all that chrome was flaked off and sort of stuck. I couldn't really get it all off, and somebody said plastic coat them and paint over it, and I was like, what? What's plastic coat or plastic dip? And this is spray rubber stuff. So I sprayed it on there and let it dry, and then I sprayed the silver on top of it. And I could polish the chrome on the wheels because they didn't have aluminum under them, and they came out like that. I was like, well,
That looks great.
that's okay, you know.
The first thing I saw when I pulled up was just
Yeah.
a mag. I'm like, what the hell's parked over there?
Yeah. Yeah. So that worked out just fine. And I got the other set. You had a set of rockets and a set of whatever that other fake Krager name was that they was selling back then. Rockets and I can't think of it. But anyway, the other set is actually on my Chrysler. So yeah, these are Westerns. So I guess the others are rockets. Okay.
Nice licks on the flames too.
You know, he did all that. I mean, yeah, Mark knew Mike from back in the day. He said he knew Mike when Mike couldn't paint. Mike painted our first race car up at Unity, and I gave him a roll cage for his first race car, which only lasted half a race. That was one of those. It was a mini stock, and he blew the front wheel joint out the first time he took it up there, and he didn't race anymore. After that, he put his energy into hot rods, and I kept wasting money on race cars for years and years before it occurred to me that, you know, if I did something else with it, I'd still have some money. You know how that goes.
Oh yeah. Backwards swung.
Yeah.
See, now that's just clever as shit right there.
You see what I did there, don't
Yeah.
you?
Mason lid.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Ball dome
It's
door.
perfect, doesn't it?
Huh? It's just a perfect fit. And you know, all I did was I took two, put underneath it, and ran the bolt up through and capped it down. So,
Hey, look, they're strong.
yeah, well, it's been
Awesome.
on there for all these years. Are they pinging us to come home?
Lisa said that Brandon's just recently left Unity, so he's got about
Okay.
20 or 30 minutes.
So we got family coming. We got to run.
No problem.
Hey, I
Appreciate
enjoyed
you
meeting you.
swinging.
I'll come back. I'll bring a different car next time.
Man, those are the benches fitting there. Sweet.
Isn't that something?
Where
Yeah.
would those come out of?
I think he said 88 Cutlass, gave him the steering column, the seat, the lid thing, and he wired everything in the column like a modern car.
Yeah.
And what gets me is this body. This is, you know, there's nothing here really except that's a piece of wood with metal wrapped around it,
Yeah.
and it's as strong as it is. And for a 4-door, you do have to kind of slam it pretty hard, but for a body made like that,
That sounds great.
you know, for a body made that has that much that could go wrong,
This is real coach work.
and for it to have looked. I remember when he started on this, and I had one too. It's back when I started racing, and we both drug a body out of the woods, and mine never amounted to anything. His amounted to this. So. He was a good feller. I thought a lot of him. I'll come back and visit some more, Dave.
Yeah.